Hello and welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda and we're here today to do a Quilts of Valor block from our Canadian Quilts of Valor website, and it's called Maple Leaf, and it does provide just a beautiful, striking design. But first I want to introduce you to someone I can actually call a friend. Her name is Willow and she started a YouTube channel called Quilting with Willow. And hopefully I'm going to give her her first shout out, but she's a very talented quilter and she does a lot of stuff with quilting. So she's got a different voice in that area of quilt and quilting and, you know, cutting her pieces and all that. So when you go check her out, tell her Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you. We would love to see you subscribe to her as well. Also, our Facebook group is growing and we're having fun in the rooms and we're putting all sorts of pictures up, and we have some very talented quilters there. You got to go check it out if you get the opportunity. We also offer a monthly sew along, and currently the group, I'm kind of asking the group if they want to do like every second Saturday or the second Saturday of every month or the first Saturday of every month. We want to set a pattern or a time frame so you guys don't have to be voting every month and wondering when the next virtual sew date is. So anyways, just to let you know what's going on. So come on in and we'll see what we've got here today. We've got some fun sewing to do. Okay, so here's our layout. Now like in the pattern instructions they tell you to make a square. Well, what I have done, I prefer just to run through half square triangles than doing that 2 times square, you know, triangle thing. So I mean, that's me, because that's kind of where I came from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the hardest piece first. And I'm just going to put a little scratch mark in the center of my stem. And I'm going to put a little scratch mark here. There. So I know exactly where the center is, and that's where I need to have that stem lined up. Okay? So I'm going to do it on both sides. So now, when I'm matching this up, I want to make sure that that is right there. See where the little divots are? They match up, right? They match up perfectly. So we're going to get this sewn right now. And we're going to start getting together the triangles. And I'll just run a triangle through. Okay, there. Now it's easier if you line up this edge. So sometimes they're easier to get lined up. Okay, grab my scissor and get the other side sewn. And my leader ender today for crumb blocks is yellow. So I just finger press away, and I don't want to stretch this. So I want to make sure I get the other divots now lined up. And you can kind of see where that divot was. And it should line up there, just like so. This is much easier. This is 1 inch wide, so you just cut down the middle. And you don't change the size of your block. Right? Okay, there we go. Right. Okay, now we'll just pop this open, pressing to the dark, and we'll get the other 3 triangles done. Yeah, the stem is actually the hardest one to do, but you saw how fast it was, right? So that's, you know, there's some patterns for the maple leaf that call for you to applique, and if you don't like applique, this is something you can do instead. So now I'm just going to finger press this out, open, and now what I would do is I would cut up and I would cut across, just to make it square, right? So you're cutting up all the way, and then cut across this way. There. And now you have a little square. That's got a leaf stem. Okay, now let's get some more triangles done. Yeah, this comes together very quickly. I really like it. Okay. Yeah, this is a pretty block. I've this one I found off the Quilts of Valor Canada site, because our national, like I think our national symbol on our flag is a maple leaf, so that's kind of where I was heading with this today. But I do want to point out, oh, I forgot that. Now, when you're trimming your triangle ends, your dog ears, yeah, you just want to make sure you leave you go back a little bit further than the 90 degree. And I forgot to trim that one that I just put up there. Well, I'll take that one back. Hang on. This makes a beautiful 9.5 inch block unfinished, 9-inch finish. There. And it's pretty in a, like one with all the color, fall color. Like if you're going to do something like that. If you're putting it in all the fall colors. So, you know, okay. There. So, I'm going to just finger press that one. Now, these look about the same right size, so I think I'm just going to go for it. I don't think I have to trim much out of the way at all. I'll just get the little pieces out so they're not everywhere and I don't sew them into my quilt block. There, don't. Now what I'm doing is I'm webbing the block together because it is a 9 patch and I don't want to lose where everything's supposed to go, right? I want to, and sometimes too when you do these blocks, sometimes it gets a little, okay, which was where, which block went where, which block is going this way, which block is going that way. There we go. Yeah. And just put that in there. Okay. And run another yellow bit through. And I've been harnessing my crumbs for hexie blocks because I think that's important to get rid of them occasionally. Okay. So this one wants to lay this way, and this way. It has to go that way. So it's got to... Oh, I sewed that on wrong. Oh no! So what I'm going to do... Yes, we sew them on wrong occasionally. That's okay. Because we have a thing called a stitch ripper. And we just... You know, it's okay. What you do is you go through either the front of the block... Oops. And you just want to do the thread. Right? Now, there's also where people put the ball down into the work in between the seam, and they put the ball down. See, the ball is here, and they just press very gently, and they pull a bit, and they press it gently again. You know, you can do your whole seam that way if you want. Now, okay, so that's one way of doing it. You can also pick your seam out. Like if your stitches aren't too small, you can pick them out. Usually you can just pick them out. And just pick out every 3rd or 5th one. Like don't get crazy counting your stitches, right? I mean just, you know, just every little bit. Because all of a sudden this thing comes apart just like that. So easy, so quick. Okay, and you don't have a bunch of distorted seam edges. So that's a couple of different ways you can use your stitch ripper, because as a quilter, we all have to get friendly and use it often. Yes, we get really good at using them often, so I figured I might as well give you a quick lesson on how to do that. Okay, so let's get this down here. Okay, so we want to make sure this is going the right way. Yes, I know I haven't got the last one on, but I'm going to just put it like that. Now, if the last one was sewn correctly, which it was, it goes right there, and this goes straight in like that. There. Now, you put that up, just like so. Okay. And you run another little piece of yellow through, because you've got oodles of little bits of yellow. Oodles and oodles and oodles. There. Now. Okay, so this one wants to go this way. So this will go, all go this way. These ones will go out. The outside ones will go out. Okay. There, out. There we go. And out. Okay, so now this is all webbed, but it's not webbed down here, but that's okay. We were able to correct it because we sewed it wrong. And yeah, it's better that I leave in the mistakes and show you how to fix them than to have you go, I don't know how to fix this, right? I don't know what to do. I don't, you know, and that kind of frustrates, especially if you're a beginner and you don't know how to do something, right? So it's not just keeping it real. Oh, I ran out of bobbins. See, this is real. This is real life sewing. This is sewing where you you run out of bobbin and you know, you have to figure out how to do this or that on the fly. So this is real life sewing, guys. You know, this happens. I lose bobbin chicken probably 5 times a day. Easy, right? So I bring up my bobbin thread, pull it up over to the side. Now I start about 1/4 of an inch back, just back tack a little bit, just to get me where I'm at, supposed to be at. And now I make sure I got a good nest. Yes, I do. Get rid of the excess string. There we go. Nice. And now we're going to get to the other one all the way. Make sure I got a good nest all the way to the other one, because that's important in this block, right? It's an easy block. It really is an easy block to do. There we go. And yet another little yellow one. Here, I'll put this yellow with it. And okay. Now let me just flip this around. Yes, all the points are pointing the right way. Yay! Yes, I have to check every once in a while. I prefer to check before I do, like, you know, if I was coming in here and just for the day, you know, sewing blocks, because that's sometimes what I do. I just come in here and I sew blocks. I don't think about what's going on or anything. I just come and I sew. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I'm missing this seam for some reason. Okay, let's get there. Oh, perfect. Let's get that sewn. There we go. And down. And now, let's get the other one sewn. There we go. Oh, I don't want to miss my point. So now when I'm doing my point, I'm trying to steer around the point. So I make my point, right? On this one. So where it's crossing, I'll show you on the other side. I'll show you once I get this block off. I'll show you on the machine what I did. Okay. And let's get this little mushroom. Okay. Okay. Right here, I made a choice. Right? Where that X is, I wobbled a bit to make sure I didn't lose my point. And then when I open this up, I have a perfect point, right? And I did the same thing here, but when I was sewing it, I was sewing it blind, right? Like I should have had this side up so I could see it, but my 1/4 inch is right on the money, because you can see where this line comes and this line is. So I'm sewing this one, right? Okay, so you make your points that way. I should have had it, I sewed it this way, I should have had it flipped this way. But anyways, let's get to that ta-da moment. So here's our little maple leaf block. I think it turned out really good. I didn't even like really square it up yet, as you can tell, because I still got little strings hanging off of all the edges, but That's okay. That's okay. And this one goes together really quickly. Now, when you go to the Quilts of Valor site, which will also be in the show notes below, they have different free patterns. They have a whole variety of different free patterns. So if you're looking for free patterns and you want to make a Quilts of Valor quilt, by all means, give them a call, find out where your local chapter is. They do have sew dates where they meet in person now. So this is something you possibly should consider, if you're into this kind of thing, going and joining up. So until we meet again, I hope you have an absolutely glorious week ahead and you have all sorts of fun and creative things going on. Okay, you take care until then. Bye! My husband and I would love to thank you for coming along with us on our quilting journey and the YouTube adventure that we're on. We have some wonderful plans for 2023, and it includes a lot more, like with the Facebook group and the rooms feature and sewing and hanging out with people. Those monthly Zoom sew dates are still in the works. We have a lot of fun ideas coming up for 2023, and we hope you share, like, and subscribe with your friends. That little notification button and subscribing to us really helps us out. Commenting helps us out too. So if you like what you're seeing, let us know. Even send us a heart on the comment. That helps so much for us. Okay, you have an absolutely fabulous 2023, and all of our best wishes for you in the future. Okay, take care. Bye.